Welcome to Walking with Jesus Bible Study. We're going to be in the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 17. Oops, sorry, it's right here. That was at the top of the page. Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. I'm going to repeat that. Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. God has entrusted some of us with great material resources, and it is often too easy to look at a comfortable home or a hefty bank balance and lose sight of the giver behind it. All wealth is only with us for a short time and can be gone in an instant. And only God is the one who gives all things, is worthy of our trust. For we have received them because of him. We did not gain these by our own self. We did not simply earn or was like, I created this. God did it. Though you may had the talent, but God gave you that talent. God gave it to you. And if God gave you certain things, that means he thinks highly of you, and he has put his trust in you, that you would do and use what he has given you. You will use it for his glory, for his kingdom. We've all heard that saying for like superheroes and everything. With great power comes great responsibilities. Right now we can look into the world and we can see how the mighty, the so-called mighty, is falling. People who thought they was something, man, they are coming down, and they're coming down hard. They are falling fast. They are falling like shooting stars. And shooting stars is nothing but a fallen angel. These movie stars, these musicians, these mega church preachers, the evil is falling, my friend. And they're coming down hard. And the scriptures tell us that in the end of age, in the end of times, he will reveal the evilness, and they will fall. And I'm telling you, too many people out there are watching these people fall, and they're laughing, and they're poking fun, and people are saying, oh, they get what they deserve. Shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. Y'all quick to use the scriptures to do as you please, and very quick to forget what the scriptures say. The scriptures tell us that we are not to laugh when the evil fallen, when the enemy falls. We are not to boast about them falling, but we are to pray. People, these are still souls. This is still God's creation. They may be evil in some way, but you got to remember that is still God's creation. And that if you hate them, then you hate God. So you better check yourself, because you're about to wreck yourself. That is not what God called and asked us to do. And while the enemy is falling, many of his chosen, many of his elect is being under severe attack because the devil, Satan, knows that his time is coming to an end. And that with this people falling, God is going to use to replace them. And who is he going to use to replace them? His chosen, his elect. And so as we're beginning to watch these people fall, you better believe that his people are under a mighty attack. Because the devil doesn't want them to know. The devil doesn't want them to see who they are. Because they're about to do something great. God is about to do something mighty that he has never done before. And the people he has chosen to do these things are feeling worthless. Their faith is starting to slip. They're starting to question who they are. Why is that? Because they're going through the fire. We're being broken down. We're being torn into pieces. I have a brother in Christ who I saw post, who was being very transparent, being very open about this is what he is going through. He openly is speaking that he is truly losing his faith. And this is a mighty. This is a Peter. This is a Peter feeding God's sheep, who's being crushed by the enemy. And while I was saying multiple prayers for him and speaking to God on his behalf and praying for him, God revealed to me why his people, why his chosen, why his elect is going through so much right now. While we are watching other people be healed, and yet we, the ones who is feeding his sheep, is suffering more while we are not being healed. Why are we keeping being tormented even more? And we're watching other people that we are healing go on and move about. Why they can see the blessing, why they can see the fourth man in the fire and can be comforted. It's because we, my friend, we, the elect, are the fourth man in the fire. The reason why we can't see God and we feel like we are been alone and been abandoned, and why these people can see the fourth man in the fire, and it's breaking our heart. I'm like, God, why can't we see the fourth man? Where's our fourth man in our fire? That's because we are the fourth man in the fire. That even though we have our healing powers to heal and to bless other people, we can't use our power for our own. It doesn't work that way. The only way that we can be healed is by healing others. We're going to get it 10 times more than they will. Because we're going to take the heat. We're going to put our arms around and shield them from the fire. We are taking the fire. And the reason why we have to go through so much is because we're going to learn every trick and every trade that the devil, the enemy, is going to use to take people down. So that way when we come through and we look in the fire and we see ourselves that is broken into pieces, that we take each piece and put it back together, and so that we can feed the sheep and tell them how to overcome. So you people, don't you give up. Are you fourth men in the fire? Don't you lose your faith. You are being melted. God has your mold, and your gold is about to be put into a new mold. So don't you give up on God yet. Don't you give up.